Hello students, welcome to my new video. In previous video we have discussed the questions from exercise 1.1 from AGGARWAL, question number 1 to question number 4. Today we will discuss rest of the questions of exercise 1.1 from question number 5 to question number 11. As you know, here the topic is modulo arithmetic and congruence modulo. Okay, so without wasting time, let's start. So firstly, I am writing the fifth question of exercise 1.1, question number 5 from AGGARWAL. Question number 5. Here you have to find the remainder when 862 into 783 into 671 into 549 into 411 into 395 into 217 is divided by 8. Okay, you have to find the remainder when this is divided by 8. That means you have to find the value of 862 into 783 into 671 into 549 into 411 into 395 into 217 mod 8. Okay, now we know the property of congruence modulo, that A into B mod n, that can be written as A mod n into B mod n. That properties we have discussed in the second video of chapter 1, that is given in the playlist. If you want to understand the properties, then you have to check the second video in the playlist. Okay, so how we write it? By applying this property. So the next step would be 862 mod 8, right, into 783 mod 8 into 671 mod 8 into 549 mod 8 into 411 mod 8 into 395 mod 8 into 217 mod 8. Now to find the value, we separately find each of the term and then multiplying them. Okay, so firstly we find the value of 862 mod 8. That means when we divide 862 by 8, what is the remainder? So let's do this. 862 by 8. Okay, so 8 into 1, 862. 8 into 8, 64. 8 into 7, 56. So here the remainder is 6. Okay, the remainder is 6. Now therefore the value of 862 mod 8 is what? 6. Let us do the second one. Second one देखो क्या है? 783 mod 8. So let us find the value of 783 mod 8. 783 mod 8, that means divide 783 by 8. Now 8 into 10, 80, 8 into 9, 72. So we use the quotient 9 here. 78 minus 72, that is 6. So 63. Now 8 into 8, 64. 8 into 7, 56, right? Therefore the remainder is what? 7. Okay, therefore the value of 783 mod 8 is what? 7. Now let us find the next value. What is the next term? Next term is 671 mod 8. 671 mod 8. So let us divide 671 by 8 and find the remainder. So 8 into 8, 64, that is 331. 8 into 4, 32. 8 into 3, 24. And 31 minus 24, that is 7. So here also the remainder is same as before, 7. Therefore the value of 671 mod 8 is what? 7. Okay. Next, find the value of 549 mod 8. 549 mod 8. So let us divide 549 by 8. If we divide 549 by 8, then 8 into 6, 48, and 8 into 7, 56. Therefore here we use the quotient 6. So 48. 54 minus 48, that is 6. So 69. 8 into 8, 64. Here the remainder is 3. Okay, therefore the value of 549 mod 8 is what? 3. Okay. Next, find the value of 411 mod 8. 411 mod 8. If we divide 411 by 8, then what we have? 5 into 8, 40, 11, 5, 8 into 1, 8, and 11 minus 8, 3. So here the remainder is 3. Therefore the value of 411 mod 8 is 3. Let us find the next term, that is 395 mod 8. 395 mod 8. So if we divide 395 by 8, then what we have? 8 into 4, 32. 75, that is 8 into 9, 72. 75 minus 72, that is 3. So here the remainder is 3. Therefore the value of 395 mod 8 is 3. Now the next one, that is the last one. What is the last term? 217 mod 8. So let us find the value of 217 mod 8. So divide 217 by 8 and find the remainder. Here if we divide it, then 8 into 2, 16, and 21 minus 16, that is 5. So 57. Now 8 into 4, 48, right? 8 into 4, 32. 8 into 8, 64. So here we use the quotient 7, that is 56. So here the remainder is 1. So finally we got all the values. Therefore the value of 217 mod 8 is equal to 1, right? So all the values we will be substituting here. The first one is 6. So 6 into the next one is 7. 783 mod 8. Then 671 mod 8 is also 7. Then 549 mod 8, that is 5. 411 mod 8, that is 3. Next 395 mod 8, that is also 3. 395 mod 8 that is 3 and 217 mod 8 that is what 1, okay, which is mod 8. Now what we do, we multiplying the numbers we have, okay. So here we have to find the value of 6 into 7 into 7 into 5 into 3 into 3 into 1, okay. And if you multiplying them, then what you have, multiply and find the value. Here we get the value as 13,230 mod 8. That means to get the value of the question or to get the remainder, we have to find 13,230 mod 8. That means we have to divide 13,230 by 8 and find the remainder, right? So let us do. If we divide 13,230 by 8, then what we have? So 8 into 1, 8, 13 minus 8, 5, 52, that is 8 into 6, 48, 52 minus 48, 4, 43, 8 into 5, 40, therefore 3, here we are getting 30. Now 8 into 3, 24, and 30 minus 24, 6. So here we are getting the remainder 6, right? Therefore the value of 13,230 mod 8 is 6, and that is the actual answer of this question. So the remainder is 6 when you divide 862 into 783 into 671 into 549 into 411 into 395 into 217 by 8. I hope you all have understood how we have applied the property here and find the solution. If you have any question, you may ask in the comment section below. I will clarify it in the next video. So finally we have done the question number 5. I hope you all have written. You also can take a screenshot of this and then complete it later. So let us erase it. Now we will move to the next question, that is question number 6, okay. Now read out the question number 6 very carefully. That is different type of question. You have to find the last 2 digits of the product. Here the question is find the last 2 digits. Find the last 2 digits of the product 4895 into 6789. Now to solve this type of question, I am telling you a trick. Always remember this. You can do it very easily, okay. Very easy question. Just you have to remember the trick to solve this type of question. Now here you have to find the last 2 digits of this product. Now if you multiply 4895 with 6789, then you will get a huge number, okay. That would be complicated and time taking. So to avoid this, we apply the concept of congruence modulo. So what we do, when this type of question is given, just you have to check how much digits they are asking you. Here you have to find out the last 2 digits. That means unit place and the tens place they are asking to find, right? In that case, what you do, you find 48956789 mod 100. That means divide this product by 100 and find the remainder. You will get easily the last two digits. Now instead of finding last two digits, if they ask you to find the last digit only, then that means only the unit place. In that case, what you do, you find 4, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7 into 6, 7, 8, 9 mod 10. That means you divide this product by 10. Now instead of finding one digit, if they ask you to find the last three digit, then what you do, you divide it by 1000. That means you have to find the product mod 1000. So just you have to check how much digits they have given you in the question. Accordingly you find the value. Okay, now we will apply the property of multiplication of congruent modulo. That is, we know that A cross B mod n, that you can write it as A mod n into B mod n, right? So same property we apply here. That means we find 4895 mod 100 into 6789 mod 100, right? Now it is very easy to find the remainder when you divide it by 10 or 100 or 1000. Here the remainder would be 95. Just write the last two digit, that's it. So here we got the remainder 95. So in similar way, what would be the remainder in the next term? Very simple, the last two digit 89. Okay, now in that case what you have to do, you have to multiply these two numbers. Now why you are multiplying? Because see, each of the number is less than 100, so you can't find the remainder here, you can't get the positive remainder over here, right? So for that you have to multiply 95 with 89. So here A mod n into B mod n, that we can write it as A into B mod n. So we can write it as 95 into 89 mod 100 by applying this property. Now multiply 95 with 89. If we multiply, then what we have? 8455, 8455 after multiplying this. So 8455 mod 100. Very simple. If we divide 8455 by 100, then the last two digits should be the remainder. So here the remainder is 55. Therefore here the last two digits of this product is nothing but what? 55. Very simple to solve this type of question. I hope you all have understood. If you have any query, you may ask in the comment section below. Now write it or take a screenshot. I will move to the next question. Before that, I will erase this. Hope you all have understood and also have written. So let us take the next question, that is question number 7. Similar type of question. Now instead of finding the last two digits, here you have to find the last three digits. So find the last three digits. Find the last three digits of the product 2345 into 4567. Okay, that means you have to find the value of 2345 into 4567 mod 1000, and applying the property of multiplication of congruent modulo, we can write it 2345 mod 1000 into 4567 mod 1000. Now very simple to get the remainder. When you divide 2345 by 1000, then the last three digit would be the remainder. So here the remainder is 345, and if you divide 4567 by 1000, then the last three digit would be the remainder. So here the remainder would be 567. So we are getting 345 into 567 mod 1000. Now each of the number individually less than 1000, that means we have to multiply these two digits to get the last three digits of the given product. So if you multiply 345 with 567, then you will get 195615 mod 1000. So obviously the last three digits would be the remainder. So here the remainder is 615, that is less than 1000, satisfying the property. Therefore the last three digits of the product 2, 3, 4, 5 into 4, 5, 6, 7, it's 615. I hope you have understood. Very simple to solve this. Okay, now write it. I'll move to the next question. I hope you all have understood. Question number 8. Find the last two digits of the product 123 into 234 into 345. Okay, find the last two digits of the product. Now here you have to find the last two digits. That means you have to find the value of 123 into 234 into 345 mod 100, right? Now by applying the property of multiplication of congruent modulo, you can write it as, in the next step, 123 mod 100 into 234 mod 100 into 345 mod 100, right? Now if we divide 123 by 100, then the last two digit would be the remainder, so 23. Then the next term the remainder would be 34, and next term the remainder would be 45 mod 100. Now each of the number individually less than 100, that means we have to multiplying these numbers, then we have to find the remainder when we divide it by 100. So multiply 23, 34 and 45, and if you multiply, then you will get 35,190, and obviously the last two digits should be the remainder. So here the remainder would be 90. Therefore the last two digits of the product 123 into 234 into 345 is 90. This is similar with question number 6. Okay, instead of giving product of two numbers, they just given you the product of three numbers, and each of the each of the number containing three digits here. Now move to the next question. Question number 9. Find the value of 6 to the power 12 mod 7. Find the value of 6 to the power 12 mod 7. Now to solve this type of question, I mean when the power will be given and power is higher value, to get the value of 6 to the power 12 is very complicated and time taking. So when the power will be given, then you have to apply the property of exponent in modulo arithmetic. What is the property of exponent in modulo arithmetic? Let us write it and explain it properly, then we will solve the question. Property of exponent in modulo arithmetic is, if A congruent to B mod n, then a to the power k congruent to b to the power k mod n, where k belongs to the natural number set. For all k belongs to n, n means the natural number set, that means k will start from 1, then 2, 3, 4 and so on. So if a congruent to b mod n, then you can write it as a to the power k congruent to b to the power k mod n. That means you can take any positive integral value in the power. For example, we know that 4 congruent to 2 mod 2, right? And you can write it as 4 cube congruent to 2 cube mod 2. 3 is the positive integral value, natural number set, it belongs to the natural number set. So in that way you can apply the property of exponent in modulo arithmetic. Okay, now let us solve the given question. Here you have to find the value of 6 to the power 12 mod 7. So how we solve this? Firstly, let us discuss about the approach. Here the base is 6. Okay, now how you get 6 from 7? Now for that you have to remember the definition of congruent modulo. We know that a congruent to b mod n if and only if a minus b is divisible by n, that is n divides a minus b, that is a minus b equal to nk for any integer k, right? So if a congruent to b mod n, then n divides a minus b. Okay, now how you get 6, how you get 7 from 6? If we add 1 with 6, then we get 7, right? Therefore we can write it as, in terms of modulo, 6 congruent to minus 1 mod 7, because 7, this is divisible by 7, so we can write it as 6 congruent to minus 1 mod 7. Why we are taking minus 1 in right hand side? Here a congruent to b mod n means n divides a minus p, a minus p. So if I take 1, then it would be 6 minus 1, which is 5, and 5 is not divisible by 7. But if I take minus 1 in right hand side, then 6 minus of minus 1, that is 6 plus 1, that is 7, and 7 is divisible by 7. That is why we are taking minus 1 in the right hand side instead of taking plus 1. So you have to understand how we get, from the base the congruency, right? Here the base is 6, so how we get 7 from 6? If we add 1 with 6, now we can't add, we have to actually subtract. That is why we are taking 6 minus 1, that is 6 congruent to minus 1 mod 7. Okay, now here you have to find the value of 6 to the power 12 mod 7. That means when you divide 6 to the power 12 mod 12 by 7, then what is the remainder? Here we can apply the property of exponent in modular arithmetic that will help us to solve it very easily. Here the power is 12. So by applying, and since 12 is a positive integral value, 12 belongs to the natural number set, so we can take power both side 12. So it would be 6 to the power 12 congruent to minus 1 to the power 12 mod 7. Now we know that when the power is an even number of minus 1, it would be plus 1. So in right hand side we get 1, right? So 6 to the power 12 congruent to 1 mod 7. That means when you divide 6 to the power 12 by 7, then 1 is the remainder. Therefore, the value of 6 to the power 12 mod 7 is what? 1. Right? Very simple now. Just you have to understand the approach of the question, and if you solve more questions related to this topic, that will help you to understand the overall scenario. I hope you have understood how we have solved this question. Therefore, the value of 6 to the power 12 mod 7 is what? 1. Okay. Only 2 questions are remain. This video is getting very much lengthy. Keep patient and watch till end. I hope you will get it and you are liking my videos, and if you are liking my videos, please do subscribe my channel, do share with your friends, family, and please do subscribe. That's all I can say. Okay, now 2 questions are remained. So 3 questions are remain. So now move to the next question, that is question number 10. Okay, question number 10. Question number 10, you have to find the last digit. Find the last digit of 17 to the power 17. You have to find the last digit of 17 to the power 17. That means you have to divide it by 10, since you have to find the last digit, that means the unit place. So what would be the approach? Now if we divide 17 by 10, then what would be the remainder? 7. Therefore we can write it as 17 congruent to 7 mod 10, because if we divide 17 by 10, then 7 would be the remainder. Therefore we can write it as 17 mod 7 mod 10, 17 congruent to 7 mod 10. Now applying the property of exponent in modulo arithmetic, we can take the power both side 2. So we write it as 17 square congruent to 7 square mod 10. What is the value of 7 square? 49. And if you divide 49 by 10, what would be the remainder? 9. Therefore we can write it as 17 square congruent to 9 mod 10. Now if you observe the question, here you have to get the power as 17. So we will raise the power of 17, otherwise it would be very tough to solve. Now what we do? Now we take the power 2 again. That means we will raise the power 2 of 17 square. So then we can write it as 17 square of square congruent to 9 square mod 10, right? Mod 10. And what is the value of 17 square of square? 17 to the power 4. And what is the value of 9 square? 81. And if you divide 81 by 10, what would be the remainder? 1, right? So here the remainder is 1. So when you divide 17 to the power 4, then the remainder would be 1. Now you have to always focus on the question. You have to get the power 17. Okay. Now 16 is very close to 17, and we know that 4 square is 16. So now we will again raise the power of 17 to the power 4 by 2. So we can write it as 17 to the power 4 square congruent to 1 square mod 10. 4 square means 16. Sorry, 4, not 2. I'm really sorry. It would be 4. Not because 4 into 2 is 8, not 16. So we will raise the power by 4 because 4 into 4 16. Okay. So 17 to the power 16 and 1 to the power 4, it would be 1. Okay. Therefore 17 to the power 16 mod congruent to 1 mod 10. That means if you divide 17 to the power 16 by 10, then you will get the remainder 1. Okay. Now this is equation number 1 and consider it as equation number 2. And if you multiply equation 1 with equation 2, expression 1 with expression 2, then what you get? Multiply left to left and right to right. So if we multiply left with left, then what we have? We have 17 into 17 to the power 16. Okay. And if we multiply right with right in equation 1, the right hand side is 7 and in 2 it is 1. Okay. Mod 10. So therefore 17, we will add the power 17 to the power 1 plus 16, that is 17, and 7 into 1 7. Therefore if you divide 17 to the power 17 by 10, then you will get the remainder 7. That means the last digit of 17 to the power 17 is what? 7. I hope you have understood. To understand it well, you solve one question similar with a previous question. Try it at home, and if you find the answer, then tell me in the comment section below. You try it at home. You find the last digit of 15 to the power 15. Okay. Approach it in similar way. I hope you can do this. Okay. Only 2 questions are remain. So let us do the question number 10, 11. Question number 11. Okay. Actually in exercise 1.1 it is up to 12. So in this video we will solve up to 12, not up to 11. Okay, now what is in question number 11? Find the last 2 digits of 2 to the power 20. Find the last 2 digits of 2 to the power 20. Okay, that means last 2 digits means if you divide 2 to the power 20 by 100, then what is the remainder? That means you have to find actually 2 to the power 20 mod 100, because you have to find the last 2 digits, not the last digit. Okay. Now to solve this question, we apply the concept of the property of exponent of modulo arithmetic. Okay. Now you can do it 2 ways. Okay. Now if you like raise the power of 2, that is very lesser than 100, like 2 to the power 1 2, right? Then this is less than 100. 2 square 4, that is also less than 100. 2 to the power 4 16, less than 100. 2 to the power 5 32, less than 100. Okay. 2 to the power 6 64, less than 100. 2 to the power if we write 2 to the power 10, then what we have? What is the value of 2 to the power 10? that is 1024. Okay, and if you divide 1024 by 100, what would be the remainder? The last two digit. Actually you have to get the last two digit. That is why we have taken 2 to the power 10. Okay, that is why we have taken 2 to the power 10. And if you take the lesser power, it will be time taking. So just you have to know the powers of 2, and that actually, right? Because the value of 2 to the power 9, that is the 512, and 512, there the last two digit is 12. So if you want to get the last two digits greater than 12, then you have to raise the power of 2. That is why we have just raised the power of 2 as 10. And another thing is that here you have to find out 2 to the power 20 mod 100. So to get the power 20 easily, if we take the power 10, it would be easier to solve. Okay, that is why we have taken the power as 10 instead of taking the other power. You can take this, but that would be a long procedure, right? That would be a long procedure. Like you can take from like 2 to the power 7. What is the value of 2 to the power 7? 128. That is greater than 100. So you can divide 128 by 100 and you will get the remainder 28. So you can start with this, but here you have to get the power 20. So if we take directly the power 10, it would be easier to solve. So you have to understand the approach, like in which way if I do like it will be easier. That you have to think first. Like don't just by seeing the question don't start. मतलब क्वेश्चन को देख के स्टार्ट मत हो जाना, पहले सोचो कि मतलब कैसे करके हम ये easily solve कर सकते हैं. So here the power is 20. So if we get the power 10, then it will be easier. That is why we are taking the power as 10. Okay. Now if we apply the exponent property of modular arithmetic, like if we take the power 2 both sides, then what we have? 2 to the power 10 to the power 2, 24 square mod 100, right? Now 10 into 2, 20. So finally we got the power 20. And what is the value of 24 square? 576. And if you divide 576 by 100, what would be the remainder? 76. That means if you divide 2 to the power 20 by 100, then 76 would be the remainder. Therefore the last two digits of 2 to the power 20 is what? 76. You can check the answer that is given in the book. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now the last question for today of exercise 1.1, that is question number 12, and very conceptual question, and if you understand it, then it would be very easy for you. If it is 7 p.m. currently, what time in either AM or PM will be in next 1500 hours? Okay, if it is 7 p.m. currently, what time in AM or PM will be in next 1500 hours? मतलब आज अगर 7 PM है तो 1500 hours के बाद कितना टाइम होगा? Very conceptual question. That is actually the question of time, but you can solve this by applying the concept of congruence modulo very easily. Now how many hours in a day? 24 hours. So 1 day is equivalent to 24 hours. So how many days included in 1500 hours? To get, we will divide 1500 by 24. So let us divide it. So 1500 by 24. Now 24 into 6, it is 144, and 150 minus 144, that is 6, so 60, and 24 into 2, 48, and 60 minus 48, that is 12. Okay, therefore 1500 hours is equivalent to 62 days 12 hours. Why we have converted 1500 hours into days? Because if we get the number of days, actually after 1 day 7 pm, it would be 7 pm. After 2 days also it would be 7 pm. After 3 days also it would be 7 pm. That means if it is now 7 pm, after 62 days, it would be what? It would be 7 pm. But also 12 hours is included there, isn't it? 12 hours is included there. So if it is now 7 pm, after 12 hours, it would be what? It would be 7 am, right? Because आज अगर शाम का 7 pm है तो 12 घंटे बाद कितना होगा? 7 am होगा, सुबह 7 बजे होगा. So if it is 7 pm now, after 12 hours it would be 7 am. So if it is 7 pm currently, the time will be 7 am in next 1500 hours. So the answer will be 7 am. Okay, and how we have applied congruent modulo here? 1500 hours mod 24. Okay, and what is the remainder? 12 hours, right? Therefore after 12 hours, if it is now 7 pm, after 12 hours it would be 7 am. I hope you have understood how I have applied the concept of congruence modulo here. Okay, so finally we have solved all the questions. आज का जो वीडियो है that is very much lengthy, so keep patience and watch the full video. I hope you will get it, and thank you so much for watching this video till end. And at the end, if you like my video, please do subscribe and share with your friends and family. Thank you. Good night.